$0. Another day, $0.
It's not how I intended to start.
For the love of the game.
For the love of the game, that's right. Well, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Polite as Fuck. Yeah, two girls.
What's happening?
Ready to debrief Pride.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It was a good day.
I thought I'm about to steal your idea cold-handed? Cold-hearted? Whatever.
Cold blood.
All right. Great. Good.
It's okay.
Erica had the great idea of starting with all of the awesome t-shirts that we saw at Pride, and there were some good ones.
Some really good ones.
Every thought left my brain. I need to write stuff down or type it in my phone. Obviously, that's what I mean. I'm not going to pull out a pen and paper at Pride. Hold on. But I immediately would think of or see a really cute shirt, and then I remember someone had asked, like, oh, what's been your favorite so far? I literally, no thoughts. So it was really hard for me to think of some. So I'm sure yours are gonna also be on my list. Like, whatever you say, I'm gonna be like, oh,
I tried not to do the ones that you had called out.
I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go with your first one.
Okay, the first one that I put on my list was alpha male.
I didn't put that.
Okay.
So you called it out.
That's the only one I can remember, but I loved it. It was so hot.
Yeah, it was a woman wearing the shirt.
Like, I would love to have that shirt.
I feel like you should get it. A friend of a friend that we met yesterday. This is the first shirt that I saw, and I thought it was funny. It says, "I just look straight," which, yeah.
So true.
If you would have put our group in a lineup and asked who was queer, she would have been last in my mind.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was very appropriate. And, also, you really can't judge because you literally have no idea.
Truly. I like that one, too. Wow. My Eat Your Girlfriend Out or I Will. What a vibe. And I saw her wearing it on the shoulders of, so she was on the shoulders of someone, so I'm like, wow, you are just living the dream here with your shirt out, your tits out, on probably someone you don't even know's shoulders, having the time of your life.
Yeah, that is vibes. I had one similar. It said treat, but the eat was in colon, so it said treat your girl right.
Oh, I love that.
Like that. Because also, I don't know what's happening out here, but people that don't do that, you're crazy.
Yeah, get it together, which is why we love Pride. We'll get into it. My next one is this cute, adorable his whole outfit was such a vibe, and I've seen multiple people wear this shirt, but he must have spray painted it himself, and it said, "But Daddy, I love him," and I'm just like, I love it. It's so cute.
That is really cute.
Also, that scream is gonna be, look at that, wow.
Also on a guy, this I don't relate to at all, actually quite the opposite, but I thought it was funny. Don't bully me, I'll come. Actually, if you bully me, I will shrivel up into a raisin, but
no, that's hilarious. I love that. I support women's rights and wrongs. I saw a lot of people wearing that. I loved that a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I also support that.
Yep.
This I saw a lot too. I'm literally just a lesbian. And I don't know why I love that so much.
Because it's I literally am just existing.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's a thing of I'm just a girl. I'm literally just a girl. Let me do whatever. And then I'm literally just a lesbian. Give me a break. Okay?
There were some good, other ones that I can't remember. But one of my friends that I saw, she was we were kind of going back and forth about what we wanted to wear. And she's like, I think I'm just going to go with this lavender shirt that I have that says good girl. And then I saw it on her and I was like, oh no, that's really cute. I love that a lot.
That.
So shout out to that.
More simple is better.
Yeah.
If I could get my honey shirt back, I would have worn that in a heartbeat because that is Kehlani. It's my favorite song. I've had that shirt for forever, but I didn't. But the last one I had, I'm a big fan of subtlety, and if you get it, you get it. And the scissors, they were scissoring, but it was very it wasn't like an obvious thing.
Yeah.
You know, it was like two hair cutting scissors. And I liked it. It felt like classy.
Yes.
But
also, a lot of these were just like cute, like the shape of the tank top, and some I'm just like, it really is just all around such a vibe.
I think a confidence thing too. Everyone
Fully.
there was like feeling themselves, happy, wearing whatever the fuck they wanted, and I feel like that is also what made everyone's outfit so fun, because you're just being you.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't really have like too much to recap. I mean, there's always stuff I can talk about, but I think the biggest thing for me was this was my first Pride festival. So I've gone to a parade before, but I've never gone to like the after party, you know, festival type thing. And the big reason this year was obviously Kehlani. Not that there's, you know, I probably would have gone otherwise, because I think that it's like such a vibe. You've been there before, so I'm like, let's go. And then knowing that she was going, I'm like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we could just give the play-by-play of the day. What did we do?
Yeah.
Where did
well,
we
go? I was going to say, like, the big thing of the night that I have to recap was, like, the safety of it. Sorry, I just was saying that because you had just talked about, like, the...
Gotcha.
Yeah, the just, like, people being confident and out and about. And I just feel like a lot of the times when I go out, you know, there's always just this, like... subtlety and safety conversation, which we did have to have, but that was like for other reasons that I'm sure we'll talk about. But I think just like the overall environment of being with the community that feels so safe, and like no side eye to an extent. I mean, everyone's going to be sassy, but it didn't feel like judgy in any way. I felt like compliments were given out like freaking water. It was just like an all around safe place to be, which it just felt different than some other spaces that I've been in, and that's like worth like mentioning, I feel.
For sure. Yeah, our friend Catherine came down and we were talking about it as we had left, of like, you don't really see like couples fighting. You're not really seeing like drama. It's like, yeah, to your point, there were some like little comments or things, whatever. But it was not like to the point where it's like people are going to be like pulled off each other because they just can't get along and figure out their shit. I feel like everyone was really respectful and like, yeah, just being themselves. And if they want, like, someone had asked if they could touch her butt and she was like, no, thank you. And they're like, okay, have a great day. But also,
I love it.
That would never happen at a bar. So a man would just grab your ass and you're like, what the fuck? And then that starts a fight, and then it's
just like the size of the space. I think like the amount of people, it is not surprising, but very just a good feeling to know that like nothing crazy had happened, where if this was the same amount of people but not in a gay space, I feel like the amount of like scary moments would have been a lot higher.
Yeah.
And to your point, no one would be asking to grope you. They would just grope you.
Just do it against your will. Yeah.
But no, I do think, we can just go like through from the beginning of the day to the end of the day.
The fits. I feel like that's where I was thinking we could start.
Yeah.
How we decided our outfits, because
I love a debrief.
I think Pride is the time for you to wear literally whatever the fuck you want. And like there were people out in their full yitties out. All they had was like little pasties on their nipples, like just wearing like straps and things. And it's like, I don't know why I was in my head about like my boobs being out, and then you were like, no, you should wear that dress. And then I was like, yeah, I like this dress. Because I was going to wear like a little skirt and like a tank top, which like I can wear at any time. And yeah, you can wear any outfit at any time, but I feel like this was the time to wear.
Yeah.
So I had like a pretty thin dress on. Every picture I have, full nipples, you can see them. I'm like, well, there they are. But I did like it. I felt confident and it was fun.
I was going to say, like, how did you feel throughout the night? Because there have been many a night where the beginning of the night and like finding an outfit and that's a little like risque, or maybe something that I wouldn't, I would be stepping out of my comfort zone, and I will have to like wear it with very like high confidence, and then towards the end of the night it's like and so do you feel like that at all?
I felt that way. I think it's like, of course you want to have it come within, but when everyone's like hyping you up, when we walk into the bar and someone's like, I love your dress, and then you go to the festival and someone compliments it, it's like, okay, I feel good, I like this outfit, I'm feeling good about my choice.
Hell yeah.
But how did you feel in yours?
I think I liked my outfit. I think that
it.
it just comes with being a girl, unfortunately, of just like towards the end of the night, I'm just like, get me out of this. Like,
is that how you felt?
Oh, for sure.
Oh no.
But that's how I felt. Like, it's not any different. It was not any worse than like any other night. I do feel like while I was there, I never once felt like taken out of the space because I was insecure about how I felt in my own body. I felt like very confident to have a good time, and I think that I've been feeling more and more that way just like as I get older, because I feel more confident in my body. But I do feel like because of the space, like I would never wear, that was a full on like lingerie top that I was wearing, and I don't think I would ever wear something like that even on a night out, like the whole ensemble. I don't know, maybe I'll start doing that now, but I'm like, I really did feel in the moment and present that I never once was like thinking about what I was wearing. I do think once it got to like the fluorescent lighting and I'm sitting down and my stomach is hurting because I'm trying to shove it. I'm jumping ahead, but that's when I was like, okay, I'm over it. Like I'm truly over it. And at one point I like looked down, and you know when you're like hunched over and you're like top kind of like does this little thing, I like fully saw my nipple. And again, if there's any time for there to be a nip slip, Pride is the time to do it. But I literally pulled the like, just scooch that back in there, put her back in place. So I'm like, oh, well, that happens.
Yeah, I do feel that way. By the end of the night, I just wanted to be out of my outfit and in my bed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny you say that because I saw a girl walk past when we were at the festival, and her whole nipple was out, but her other one wasn't. And I don't think it was intentional, but I was also like, I don't think I should tell her, because if she's wanting her outfit to be that way, I don't know.
Just like one like this. I intentionally.
It's like, I don't know.
She goes back and forth as a timer.
I don't want to be like, hey, your nipple's out, because like you can let it out.
That's true. Yeah, maybe it was really hot in there or something. I don't know. That is so funny. Yeah. Well, that was me. So.
But it wasn't intentional. Yeah, so we had a little getting ready, and then we went to Pure Project, which is right across the street from where the festival was. And I'm kind of glad that we started there, because I feel like it was nice to like grab a drink, meet up with the friends we were going in with before we go into like an even bigger setting with like a lot of stimulus happening. Got some free drinks with fun little
like candies in it. Yeah. What was that? That stuff was awesome. There was a little bit of a miscommunication. So half of the group thought there was no alcohol in them, and then the other half thought there was. I'm pretty sure there was.
I think you guys were right. I don't know. I feel like because someone had asked outright, I remember her saying like, no, there isn't. But maybe someone had asked like,
is this alcohol
are these
free?
Non-alcoholic?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have no idea, honestly. But they were really good.
Little purple something or others. Yeah. That was
fun. It was a good spot to be at, because you could be outside and you could still see people walking around. I think because we missed the parade, we were starting like later in the day, yes, but it was like still pretty, like everybody had gone to the parade back to being like in the festival. And so I think we were just kind of like on the outskirts. Like, so I don't even know what you would call it. Like, I need like a chaser to the event. Like, it's really hard for me mentally to like go from like an Uber to like automatically going into like a large spit. Like, it was so nice to just like slowly be like, okay, drink a little bit, hang out a little bit. Hot take, crazy that, you know, but it was important to the night.
No, I'm glad we did that. And I guess it sounded like the parade was really fun. The bartender was saying like it was super busy that whole day, but everyone was like so nice and just in a good mood. And I'm like, again, great vibes. Why can't it be like this every day? Because
and I do think like we were also talking about when you are wearing a more like scandalous outfit, the walk from like your house
yeah.
or your complex into the Uber is like almost equivalent to the walk of shame. Not really, because you really do have to like test your confidence, but I was like, wow. And then once we pulled up, seeing everybody's outfit, I was like, oh my God.
No, I know.
And I knew that was going to be like that, but when I took the dogs out, I was like, oh, I feel a little silly.
Yeah. Especially with our like old neighbors, and you're
Yes.
like, hey, just
Yeah.
in my sluttiest.
Yeah, literally craziest outfit.
Yeah, so Ellie and I before we went into the festival, I told her that I was a little bit scared. Like, I was really excited, but I was also like, we're going into a place where there's a lot of hatred towards the queer community, unfortunately. Also, just like large events in general, I think you never really know nowadays, like who's gonna pull something. And with the political climate, I'm just like, I don't want to be naive about what we're walking into and like what could happen.
Totally.
So I'm glad that we had our like safety talk and like where we would go if something was going awry. Because love that they were very chill security, but I was like, I don't think you guys are checking.
They were
much.
partying right there with us.
When we walked through and like you had your joints, which like are legal and that, I mean, but like
Yeah, he was like, yeah, you're fine. I'm like, all right.
yeah, like he didn't really look in my bag. I like moved my glasses and he was like, looks great. I'm like, I could have had anything in this little bag.
Yeah.
I could have like, you just never know. So
I know it is so sad that that's like where we're at, but I do think there's not a part of me that isn't glad that we don't have those. It's just like the way of life now. It's like sad, but it's like I'd rather be safe than sorry. And it's interesting because it sounds like no one wanted to bring the mood down, and it was just a conversation between Erica and I, but as we met as a group and as we're getting into the festival and even like leaving, there was just this sense of like community within our own group of like, okay, the exit's this way, there seems to be something happening, like I think that was very like my like scholar side of my brain is like, wow, this is like quite interesting that this is where we're at and that we have to have these conversations. But then like the other side is just like, wow, we're on top of it. And I love that for us.
Same. Also, it was so cool, skipping ahead, but like so Kehlani apparently was supposed to headline like 7 different prides and got cut from every single one except for San Diego, is what she said. And, which is really cool to me that like even though the Pride organization, which is a nonprofit, like got funding pulled by having her come, that they stuck with it and like didn't back down. So I thought that was really cool. And she only made one comment and she just said fuck the president. And I swear the unity of the entire like everyone that was there screaming, I think that was the loudest everyone was. And I was like, okay, this feels good to know. Like, obviously, you know that not everyone is in support of what's going on right now. But it was like, oh, this is so great to be around this right now.
Yeah. I mean, even with, like, social media and even, I mean, you're not on social media right now, but I just think, like, the world can be so isolating sometimes, and even though you surround yourself with like-minded people, I have a tendency to be like, I'm the only one that feels this way, like so helpless of like, oh my gosh, there's so little of us and too big of them. Like, it's just overwhelming and sad sometimes. And to not finally, but kind of finally be in an environment where so many different looking people, different identifying people can be in the same space, and I felt so like safe and just be like, oh fuck yeah, like we can do this. Like I was very empowered. I was like, hell yeah. I was like out there screaming.
Literally, my throat hurt so bad at the end of the night.
And I just like have so much respect for people that use their platform to say stuff. Like she has not stopped being vocal about the way that she feels and is not afraid to take a stance no matter what the like cost is. And I feel like she understands and recognizes her privilege and still is like using it to say and take a stand. And even though like, she had made the comment of like, I'm not really supposed to say anything political, but I'm gonna say it anyway. And I'm like, fuck yeah, you are.
Yeah, she seems so chill.
Yeah,
also so hot.
Her voice is what got me.
Incredible singer. Her outfit, Not my favorite thing.
Okay.
I was like, of all the fits to be wearing right now, what is this?
I don't. Okay.
Some weird like gold.
Yeah. I was so sad. Not gonna lie. Because she's come out in some like. I mean, I follow her on Instagram, and I was stalking her yesterday while we were getting our nails done, and I'm like,
Yeah. The first song, her strap pops off of her. I don't even know. It was like a ballet.
I know. I was kind of hoping for like an outfit change. You know, when it went like really dark, kind of like halfway through. I was like, this is it.
This is her
why
Lizzie McGuire moment. She's gonna have stripped off something and gonna be in something else.
Yeah.
But no.
No. That was like the hardest part, I'd have to say.
Yeah, I don't know about the gold shimmery. Like the backup dancers too. I was like, you guys all look great, incredible. This wouldn't be my like aesthetic choice if I was too direct.
Yeah. Same.
But at the festival before that concert, we had walked around and fun stands. I'm sure if we went earlier, we could have like spent more time exploring all of that stuff. And
we definitely learned a lot for sure on how to do it right.
Yeah, I think like for me at least, waiting in line for drinks, get one, and like that you should have drank beforehand if you want to, because when we tried to get another one, I was just like, I don't care anymore. Yeah. At this point, like we're wasting so much time like missing music at the 3 different stages trying to like get a drink when I literally am like, I'm fine. Yeah. Let's just go dance. That's how I felt.
I agree. Definitely glad we got the first one. Definitely wish I drank a little bit more. Sounds bad. But yeah, that would be the first one. I think going there earlier, like I knew that it was a festival, but I just think that it would have been fun to walk around and explore like the different artists that were there. We didn't really get a chance to do that.
I think too, because we didn't know like what time things were happening. Like we left a good spot to go to another area where we had one song where we danced, which was fun, and then he was like, I'm gonna go over to Kehlani's stage, and we're like, okay, so we were just there, and like we walked past one area where they were playing fun music, and we're like, oh, we'll come back to that, and then when we came back past that area, they were done. Yeah. And I'm just like, okay. It feels like we're missing the timing on a lot here.
Yeah, so that's getting there earlier to kind of see everything, and then having like stake a spot out and have it your spot. We got very lucky for our spot that we got, thank God. But I think like the group next to us had those like lawn chairs and umbrellas, and I'm like, you can't move a lawn chair and umbrella. Like that is your spot that you're staying at. And I felt very like, ain't no one gonna fuck with me here. They think I'm with these people.
Well, they were fucking with us in the other spot.
That was the walkway. I didn't hear any of it. I just heard, and you're like, nope, keep going. I was like, there's literally a tree here. And then thankfully that just kind gentleman was like, are you trying to get through? And I was like, yes. And he was like, only for beautiful ladies like you guys. And I was just like, oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, someone was not really a happy camper. And I figured we weren't going to stay there because it was like really the tightest area we were in. And I knew that you were like trying, because you were in the lead, you were trying to figure out where to go. Yeah. But when you're making snide comments, like I didn't even look in their direction. I was just like, just keep going out. Yeah. Because, and then he's like, thanks, babes. And I'm like, don't babe me.
We are just like such a sassy group. I loved it. So many personalities. It's amazing. All in one area. Not even in our group, just the world. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. Considered getting a tooth gem? Oh, yeah. Turns out, I didn't know that they were like permanent, like pretty permanent. Mm-hmm. Like that you have to get like a dentist to remove it from your tooth. Yeah. I thought it just like kind of fell off. Like you brush it enough and it like falls. No.
That would be scary.
That's true. You like swallow a gem. I don't know. Maybe I was like, I could get like a tooth gem for the summer. And then when that person was like, yeah, they last usually about a year. We use the braces cement. I'm like, hell no, I don't want that.
I think that's what they all use. I think that's like how they get it. But I think like if you go in for a cleaning, like your dentist could just like pop it off for you. But I think that's why they last less than 6. Like if you wanted to take it off earlier, that's what they meant.
When you go, like, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But I don't know. I've loved a tooth gem. Like, I love when people have tooth gems. I just don't think I would want one. I don't think I could pull it off. When you first, did you see that, like, first booth? Like, it looked like that was a thrift store, like, thrifting, but stuff like that. I wish they had more of that. Granted, we didn't explore as much, because I feel like that would have been, like, if you come with, like, a base layer or change your outfit or something to get from there, like, I would rather kind of, like, a fun, thrifty piece that I got from, like, Pride, you know, something like that. That is something that I wish we could have done a little bit more, is look at those kind of booths. Yeah. I didn't necessarily like the first one that we saw, but I wish that there were more of it. Right. Very, like, festival, or not festival, like, OB Market, type vibe.
I agree. I think if we, because the parade is, like, from 10 to 3 or something. And then the festival is, like, noon to 10 p.m. So it's, like, if we got there earlier and, like, slowly looked at all the things and then sat on the grass, staked out our spot, I think. Also, jumping ahead, but, like, lesson learned on, I already knew this, I did this last year. I waited in line with my sister and her friends for over an hour, paid $50 to get into this club that's, like, decked out, really cool, they had all the things, but I'm like, not worth it. Yeah. And then that's what happened. I don't know why I was expecting the different place to be different, but it's like, I think if you want to go to one of the after parties, just buy the pre-sale tickets, because that line was like nothing. Yeah. There's no one in there, and then the other line's like wrapped around the building to get in, which is just... It crazy.
Was, I think, next time, leaving early from the festival to go to that area would be smart. I do think that for the night, it was like, I wanted to see, like, all of Kehlani. It was a nightmare to get out of there. And I also think I thought I knew a lot of songs. I don't know if those were a lot of from her, like, new mixtape that came out last year or what, but I think, like, the first half I was like, I don't know any of this.
The first few songs I definitely
couldn't really hear.
Yeah, I think their audio was weird. And you had mentioned, like, she was, like, kind of remixing some of the songs. And so then you're singing along and then...
Oh, yeah. I love to sing. And I think the whole group, I mean, this is a singing community, if I may. And I just am, like, trying to sing Toxic. And I understand the artist's interpretation, you know, live. And really, you know, she has a freaking voice, you know, use your vocals. But, like... God help those cameras that were recording around us, because it's like, oh, this love is toxic, and it's like she's like saying, I'm like, oh, I need to shut the fuck up, because that is bad. So I just really kind of just was dancing, which is fun, but I felt like I couldn't sing, because I'm like, I'm gonna get it wrong even if it's right.
No, I was like, that happened in a few of the songs that I knew, and I'm like, I just gotta stop. Yep. Because this is like, it's not even good, and now I feel like I'm like anticipating when she's gonna say the word instead of just like listening
and
to
then
her.
Trying too hard, where I'm like, I'll just do it when she, oh god, it's just so bad.
But she has great crowd work, and brought a kid up on stage that she was trying to kind of like shield, like she bleeped out the own lyrics from her song, and then the kid was like, I know the words, and started rapping.
Kehlani was like, oh, okay, and like handed the mic over and hit it, like did it. I was like, oh my lord, what a vibe.
So good.
And then people got engaged. That was fun. Love. So that was cute. Exciting. And she was excited about that. I love. She was like, did you guys just get engaged? To distracted, that's a choice. No, it was fun. I think I did get, like, you're on a high of just feeling so good. And then, the leaving and having, like, the funnel out. To me, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, if everybody's leaving and, like, everybody's closed, like, why are we not breaking down the fences and letting everybody kind of, not like crazy, but, like, open up the fucking exit? That, like, shit ton of people are leaving this crazy outdoor event and you're funneling them just to get out. It just felt very weird. And after that, I was like, okay. I will have to say, though, I love a walk. I know that can be like a downfall to people's night, but honestly, that walk, even though we just didn't really go anywhere, I really enjoyed. I thought it was fun. It was nice, like, debrief. You're like with the girls, everybody's having, like, two people are talking, and then you kind of like somehow switch and you're like talking to someone else. It's like, I love that time, and the conversations that you have are so like fun and silly and goofy, and I enjoyed that aspect. And then just really making sure to go to the fucking bathroom, I think is important. Like, what's crazy? I don't even have time to re-situate myself. What's crazy is, like, I don't think I had that much to drink throughout the night. I felt like I really only had the drink from Pure Project and then the drink from like in the festival, and that's it. And when you have to pee, you have to pee. And I think
all I could think about.
Yeah, and I think that the big mistake was that not just like, no, we should have known that it was going to be a little bit of a shit show to get out of the festival. And as soon as we saw those porta potties, like the marathon porta potties, we should have just stopped and done it there, because we would have had known what we were walking into. As soon as we started our fun little girly walk, everybody had to pee, and it was like, at least for me, I'm thinking like, oh yeah, we'll wait in line for a club or go somewhere to another like bar or something. Like, I don't mind waiting in line or whatever, and then go to the bathroom. I just like, I don't know, I'm just my own stupidity, I guess. I did not realize how, like, as soon as we passed the 7-Eleven and I saw this like hole in the wall that had a line wrapped around it, I was like, oh, there will be no potty break. And as soon as we saw that Mexican restaurant closed, I'm like, and now everything's closed.
Yeah.
So the porta potty from literal hell.
I can't.
I mean, like, a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do, but I don't know if I needed to do that.
I feel like
that was the decline. That was the moment where I was like, I'm okay to go home now. I actually need to go home and wash, scrub every part of my body. There were two right outside of like where the main bars start in Hillcrest, and there were just two porta potties. And at first, it's like a mirage, because you see them and you're like, water, like life, potty. You get closer and like you start to see the group around, and you're like, uh-oh, uh-oh. And the girl comes out of the bathroom like going like this, like no go. And then the whiff hits you and you're just like,
yeah, I made a mistake by not taking a deep breath before I went into the porta potty, because I went in there and breathed, and I'm not kidding you, I was gagging. Like, my gag reflex, I couldn't stop, and I couldn't get a breath of fresh air. So I was like, am I about to throw up in here? And I, like, my brain...
That's probably why it smelled so bad. That's what people were doing.
My brain, like, couldn't compute, like, just open the door, Erica, get out, because I'm like, I have to pee, so I have to figure this out. So then I'm just, like, holding my breath with the rancid smell, and, like, trying to do my best to hover and not touch anything. And I'm not even kidding you, that was the grossest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It was so bad.
I felt like I needed to jump into bleach immediately upon exiting.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. It was pretty rough in there, I'm not gonna lie. I also have a little bit of stage fright when it comes to going to the bathroom, and I literally got in there and I was like squatting and hovering, and I'm like, what about if I don't pee? And I just went in here for nothing. I literally had to like bully myself into peeing, because I'm like, oh hell no, bitch, do it now or you're a loser. Like, you willingly went into a porta potty for no good reason.
Yeah.
So I did, thankfully, but yeah, that was rough. And I think that in that moment I was like, I came for what I wanted, I got dressed up, this was fun, but I'm okay with like I'm okay with like not doing anything. And I also was just like, partake in recreational things now and again, and I think I would just like got to the point in the night where I was like a little too in my head rather than being like with the group. And so I'm like, I'm down with wherever the flows us, but I could definitely sense the rest of the energy, like the porta potty, and then seeing the lines wrapped around. As soon as one of our friends was like, I'm good without that, I felt very validated and was like, great, food.
Yeah.
And then food really just fucked me up too. Like, there was really no winning. I struggle. I don't understand why. Like, sometimes I think that I can eat certain things and be fine, and then other times like it hits me out of nowhere. I've had a late night quesadilla many a time. I love saying that today. But yesterday I like got sick almost immediately, and I was just like, I need to put this down. And
were you gonna throw up in the Uber?
oh hell yeah!
Because
when
you were doing this,
I was gonna hurt you because you were like, he was like, so where have you guys lived? And I was like, nowhere. And I was afraid that I think he could sense because you were like, what? Nowhere. She's lived in Australia, and I'm literally about to fucking barf cheese quesadilla. I turned to her and I'm like, bitch. Shut up. No, I didn't. You're confusing me with someone else. I've never done anything everywhere.
He was a talker. I kept like not really asking questions back, and then he kept talking. So I held it down. But when I was looking over at you, I'm like, she's either just like, she's probably gonna throw up. That's what I was thinking.
Because I'm doing one of these. I'm like.
Did you end up throwing up?
Last night, no, thank God.
Okay.
I was like, I did not want to, and I don't think I ate enough throughout the day, but my stomach hurt so bad. So bad.
Yeah, I woke up, so my like alarm clock that I have in my room is very bright, and I just discovered a new setting where you can make it like the light, like it won't show a time basically, like it'll just be the sound machine, and so I have it between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. it's dark. So I don't know exactly, I didn't know what time it was. We got home at like 12:30 or something, and eventually I found out it was like 2 a.m. I wake up and my stomach is killing me, and when you're like, it's like your eyes and in your head and like your whole body.
Yes,
yeah.
I do.
It's like, I don't know which direction things are about to come out of. I don't know what's happening, but I have to get to the bathroom. And it was so bad, I had turned the lights on. I was like, I can't be in the dark for this. I need to have like
some stability.
Yeah. I was in so much pain, sweating.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if it
makes
was
my stomach hurt
the
even more.
porta potty or the quesadilla, because also when you tried to open the salsa and it was Jello.
I literally opened this plastic ramekin, and the indentation from the top stayed, and I gave it like a little wiggle, and everything stayed, and I go, okay, gotta slide that this way because that's disgusting.
Yeah, they just had like a giant white like gallon bucket of salsas. I don't know. It was good for what it was, but I don't know that it was maybe the most sanitary place or like the most healthy place, because they're like, it's Pride, they're churning out Mexican food and it's midnight, and so yeah, I think that was maybe the down. I think Kehlani was the peak, and we should have just ridden that peak and like done our walk and said our goodbyes.
Yeah.
After.
Like there's a time and a place for a club, but for me, like, what gets me fucking going is I love like a bar where I can it's loud, but you can like sit and chat. Like you have a table and like everybody, I fucking love that. And I know that that's not necessarily the vibe, especially for Pride, but I just feel like that's always something I could do.
Yeah.
But I just feel like, yeah, the clubs, you just gotta time it right, and sometimes I'm like, I don't want to live my life like that. Like I live like my life like that already.
Yeah.
Why I don't want to schedule, like, no part of me is like, okay, and then this time we're gonna leave, and I'm like, I've passed that time. I don't want to do that.
Or we could have literally gone anywhere else but Hillcrest. Like it
did just feel like wrong. You can't leave Hillcrest.
I know, because then it's like, then we're leaving Pride.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel really bad. My one, like, I don't know why I reacted this way to this guy. He was like, can I ask you a question? And this is when you were getting ill. And he was like, is it like this every weekend? And I, like, guffawed in his face. I was like, it's Pride. Do you remember this? I
don't think you guffawed. I feel like your reaction was very normal. And I think that as the conversation went on, I actually don't know, because like, what are you saying to me right now?
I was like, I don't really know what you're asking.
You did get nicer.
I did.
Yeah. I mean, not that you were mean, but I do see what you're saying.
I don't know why my first reaction was like, you fool.
Well, because it felt very like is this a joke?
Yeah.
Do you not know what today? Like, you're in the middle of it.
Oh, no, he started off by asking
When the parade
is. And I was like, it ended. The parade was today and it's over.
And then he was like, oh, so is it like this every weekend, or are people just partying because of the parade? And I'm like, I'm so confused.
I don't know what's happening. I can tell you're not feeling well. You're also freezing. This man's asking me what pride is, and I'm like, we gotta go. We gotta get out of here. But overall, very fun. I would recommend.
Yeah.
I haven't been to any other prides, I gotta be honest. But Savannah said, I think like San Francisco is or LA are probably like one of the pinnacles. Mm-hmm. I think it's probably maybe too much for me. From what Savannah's described, it's just like, yeah, a lot of people, a lot of commotion, and maybe like more lines than we already encountered. And then it's like, I don't know that that's a good time.
I don't mind a line when I'm fucked up, because I feel like it's a break and it's a time for me just to have like the most intense conversation with like whoever the fuck I'm in line with.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a time and a place.
Yeah.
And I just was not there, which is fine. I did not want to be there last night because I didn't want to be ill, which turned out I was anyway.
Yeah, when Kirsten was like, do you guys want to take shots? I could not. If I took a shot
before the quesadilla and the porta potty, I was down for a shot too. That would have been a game over. GG. G-O. Or KO. Whatever the fuck. I've never played a video game in my life. Oh, happy Pride, y'all.
Happy Pride. I guess Reno's Pride is in like September, so
oh my god.
Yeah,
wow, they love
it's too hot right now.
Smart.
Yeah.
Very smart.
So we could go try that one out if we want.
Yeah.
But yeah, a good time. Would recommend if you want some tips. Those are our tips. I'm curious who they're gonna have next year.
Yeah.
Because both times I've gone to the festival, it's been like really good artists that they've brought in. It's like, yeah, for $35 or whatever it is, that's the cheapest festival you can go to.
Yeah.
For good music and good vibes.
Yep, and that's all I have to say about that.
Well, Bash is brewing, so we're going to
go ahead
and wrap up. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you could actually subscribe and give us a 5-star rating before you go to your next podcast or song, that would be lovely.
Thank you.
Otherwise, keep on keeping on if you've already done it. Have a lovely week, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
See you next week.
Bye.